So before I begin, I just want to tell a little backstory of why I'm up here. And I just want to say that I'm so grateful that I get to share this news with such a compassionate and kind community who just in like a month and a half has just taken me under their wing and accepted me and made me feel like my disability doesn't matter. And I always knew that, but it's really good to have an arsenal of people who can just prove it. You guys are all pretty special. So, thank you. So why I'm up here is because in February of last year, no, this year, yeah, my 8th grade class entered an essay contest. And what we had to write about was how we overcame an obstacle in our life using the values of the first African-American baseball player, Jackie Robinson, the same values that he used to conquer racism on the field. There were 9 of them. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I chose courage and determination. Naturally, I wrote about my physical limitations, which I will elaborate on more. And so this April, I got a call from Jackie Robinson's daughter, Sharon, saying that out of the 10 grand prize winners that she had chosen, I was the national grand prize winner of this contest. And I got some pretty cool prizes. I got a nice laptop, and Sharon came and gave a wonderful speech at my school. And in a couple days, I will be honored on Wrigley Field for my accomplishment, but that is really not the point to me. What is the most gratifying is that my words reach such a broad span, and I am so happy that I get to share it with such a wonderful community as LI. I have never met a school group that is more accepting and caring and just fun to be around than you guys, so I'm very fortunate that I get to share my essay with you, so here it goes. Thank you. They twist and turn and tighten so. For what it is, I do not know. For this to go, it can't be done. For it and I don't act as one. Barrier. What a daunting word. For many people, it makes their stomachs lurch and their minds swivet. They deplete our hopes for achieving our dreams and delay us from reaching our full potential. The poem above is a piece I wrote in 5th grade to express my feelings about my barrier, cerebral palsy. This neurological disorder affects my motor skills, muscle tone, and spatial awareness. My barrier is around the clock restriction that hinders almost every muscle in my body. That doesn't stop me. However, simple things such as putting on my shoes devours precious times. For my siblings, hi guys, the task is nothing more than a quick slip of the shoe on their feet. First, I have to find a stool that is the proper height for my feet to touch the ground. Then, I shove my chance foot into the shoe. Of course, 9 times out of 10, I have to try several times before I prevail. After my foot is in the shoe, I adjust it at an angle that gravity will agree with. Now, I take 2 fingers and tug on the back of my shoe until my foot is snug inside. And there you have it, one minuscule task, and I haven't even begun my day of navigating the menacing hallways of middle school. What most people don't realize is this. An average day of school is a tremendous strain on my body and my mind. In school, I feel like a weed among the roses, with the sickening sound of my feet dragging against the pavement. Not here, obviously. My least favorite part of the week is gym class. Just thinking about it makes my stomach churn. When we play volleyball, my legs, arms, and even my fingers feel tight. It's a pressure in my body, like thousands of rubber bands that constrict my movement. That happens before the ball I'm not anticipating catapults toward me. Despite all this, I continue to fight the laborious barrier in front of me. You may wonder how I continue to remain positive and keep trying no matter what. I have a very clear sense of myself, which helps me appreciate the things that make me, me. I also have core values that assist me in conquering this mighty beast. One of my most essential values is courage. To me, courage is everything, especially when the world around you seems as though it is a sea of derogatory remarks and belittling statements. Courage is key because I constantly need it to advocate for myself. People assume that I am inferior to others due to my outside struggle. What they don't see is all the frustration I feel from the nagging generalizations. It takes courage to swallow that agitation and speak up. I have learned that if I tell someone what I want and how I feel, it gives them a new kind of respect for me. It is a bit easier for them to understand who I am, and it shows them that my disability does not define me. Sadly, a lot of kids think I'm frail because of the way I walk. It takes quite a bit of courage to stand up and explain that there is so much more to me than what they see, even though they might not listen. In 5th grade, I was constantly ridiculed by the older children for moving slowly on the stairwell. Every time I would stand up for myself, the kids refused to listen and continued to shove me against the railing, so I used my courage to take action. I spoke to my teachers and made arrangements for me to speak in front of the middle school classes. I spoke up and explained what makes me slow and how their words made me feel. They seemed surprised by my confidence and understanding of my body. Since then, they see me as more intelligent than weak. I can thank courage for helping me in changing the way people view me. I have to give credit to my love of words, too, for guiding me in delivering this message. Something else that helps me through the many trials of my barrier is determination. It takes a massive amount of determination not to be subdued by my disability. Determination means to not stop, to keep going no matter how difficult things get. It helps me to push boundaries and accomplish feats that people in my condition feel are near impossible. When I was younger, running a mile without stopping seemed like only a fantasy. When I would run, my thighs would burn. The feeling would consume my whole body. There were many instances where the only word in my head was stop. To me, to stop means to give up. From a very young age, my parents instilled in me a burning desire never to give up. So that's exactly what I did. Every time I had a free minute, I would